have a real wealth of historic buildings here, and we want to make the best use of those for both now and future generations. We established a trust about 18 years ago now, which renovated the old school, did some other work around the village, and then this building became available, so the trust purchased this building with a view to restoring it and regenerating it. There are three things that we hope to do here. The first is the shop we hope to restore. The second thing is that we will have some accommodation here, so some holiday accommodation, and then we will also have a tea room facility here, which we're going to work in partnership with the Now Group to run.
The Now Group is a social enterprise born in West Belfast but working across Northern Ireland, and we support about 1,000 people with learning difficulties and autism into jobs with a future. I think our focus is about how you make people feel. We see the potential for a collaboration to breathe life into a building that needs loved. We see a really good synergy into creating something quite innovative, but everything will have our participants involved in the development and the design.
We are driven entirely by our enthusiasm. That's why we do this. So I'm really looking forward to seeing it finished and seeing and letting other people enjoy it, let them see what we've done.
We've suffered over the last number of years from dereliction on Main Street, which is typical of many main streets in villages right across Northern Ireland and Ireland. The community overwhelmingly said we don't have a space where groups can meet together, we don't have a social enterprise really. So we thought then, yeah, that's a great idea coming from the community to turn this into really a multi-use building, a mini community hub. We're going to make Ederney really the place to stop off, the place to stay, the place to visit in Fermanagh.
I've been involved in the regeneration group since 1997, and we're speaking to you in front of our most recent project. We're hoping to renovate the bank, and we're going to have a performance centre in the bottom and accommodation above.
So we looked at the needs and we looked at what people wanted in the village and in the surrounding area, and one of the things that stood out was affordable accommodation, especially for young families. So we looked at how this space in this building could be used for residential accommodation, and we can fit in 4 apartments. It will bring young families back into the village, it will bring life to the village square, and it will allow this area and this building to thrive, and it will generate an income for the project and for other projects going forward.
This is just part of the whole vision that we have for the project and for the regeneration in the centre of town. And it goes together with our community hub that's next door, with our men's shed and the allotments and the community garden project. Once we get totally refurbished, we're looking forward to having crowds of people in from all over to use this wonderful space.
When we first came to Caledon, it's a beautiful conservation village, but it has a number of buildings which are falling into decline. Mainly these buildings, the Woolstore and the 2 buildings beside. When this project started, the 2 houses started to get fixed, and we're putting in a new garden and a new annex beside this, so we're starting to rebuild the street as well. It's not just about the building, it's also about rebuilding the village. And rebuilding the village socially too, because a nursery school is a really key function. Keeping schools open and for keeping the village working, and also for the overall catalyst effect in terms of keeping a group of people together and maybe growing the village slightly.
You know, the way it's finished now and the way it's going to be used, and when you walk into it and you look out of it, it's fantastic. Very satisfying.
You do take pride in your town and you like to see it moving on.